Move to New Brunswick Critical Worker Pilot Program. Welcome to this informative video about the Critical Worker Pilot Program in New Brunswick, Canada. In this video, we'll explore the details of this program, its benefits, and how it can be your gateway to a brighter future in New Brunswick. What is the New Brunswick Critical Worker Pilot Program? On November 7, 2022, the provincial government of New Brunswick and the federal government introduced the New Brunswick Critical Worker Pilot Program, or NBCWP. But what makes this program truly unique? Well, it's designed not only to welcome you to New Brunswick, but also to help you settle in like a pro. This program collaborates with 6 stellar employers, handpicked for their excellence under the New Brunswick Provincial Nominee Program, NBPNP. These employers are leaders in industries such as manufacturing, fisheries, food production, forestry, and farming. It's like a dream team. New Brunswick's provincial immigration programs serve a specific purpose. They allow the government of New Brunswick to nominate individuals who have the greatest potential to establish themselves economically within the province. It's important to note that these programs are designed for economic immigration and are not intended for family reunification, individuals seeking protected status, or those with humanitarian and compassionate reasons. The NBCWP is all about growth. It's a 5-year pilot project that'll be continuously reviewed to ensure it brings in the results New Brunswick desires. They're focusing on newcomer attraction, economic contribution, and retention. In essence, New Brunswick welcomes those who bring their talents and aspirations to contribute to its thriving community and economy. Benefits of the program. Now that you know what the New Brunswick Critical Worker Pilot Program is all about, let's talk about its benefits. Pathway to permanent residence. This program offers a direct pathway to permanent residence in Canada, meaning you can apply for Canadian citizenship in the future. In-demand occupations. New Brunswick actively seeks individuals with skills in various in-demand occupations, providing you with ample job opportunities. Community integration. New Brunswick is known for its welcoming communities, offering settlement services and support to help you integrate seamlessly. Eligibility criteria. Now, let's talk about who is eligible for this program. If you're considering making New Brunswick your home, here are the key eligibility criteria you need to meet. Let's break it down in an easy-to-follow way. Intent to reside. First up, it's essential to demonstrate a genuine intent to reside in New Brunswick, as mandated by Section 87(2)(b) of the Immigration Refugee Protection Act regulations. You've got to show that New Brunswick is your new home sweet home. To do this, you need to prove your genuine intent to live here. It's all about creating a connection with the province. To demonstrate your commitment to New Brunswick, you might be asked to show evidence of your connection to this province. This can include actions for permanent residence. Any steps you've taken to make New Brunswick your permanent home. Current employment. If you're already working in New Brunswick, that's a big plus. Job search details. Information about your job hunt in the province. Residence history. Your previous and current periods of living in New Brunswick. Community involvement. How you're participating in and contributing to the community. Financial independence. Your ability to support yourself in New Brunswick. Connections through work, study, or family. Any links you have to New Brunswick through work, education, or family ties. Education in New Brunswick. If you've completed studies at a post-secondary institution in the province, that's another great connection. Professional networks. Your affiliations and connections in your professional field. Residency documents. Any documentation related to your place of residence, like lease agreements or property ownership. Previous visits to Canada. If you've visited Canada before, it's good to mention. Connections to other Canadian provinces. Any ties you have with other provinces in Canada. Valid job offer. Securing a valid job offer from a New Brunswick employer is a key requirement. You'll need a valid job offer from an eligible employer. It's your golden ticket. Your occupation must also be in demand in New Brunswick, ensuring that your skills and expertise are valued in the local job market. You must have already secured an official employment offer from an authorized company. The following companies are authorized employers for the Critical Worker Program: McCain Foods, Ltd. Cook Aquaculture, Group Savoy, Group Westco, Imperial Manufacturing Group, Competitive Wage. Now, let's talk money. Your wage should be in line with what folks in similar jobs in New Brunswick are earning. Bonuses and allowances don't count here, and if you were hired through a Labor Market Impact Assessment, LMIA, your wage must match or beat what was promised. Remote work. If you're doing the remote work dance, you must live in New Brunswick and have done so in the last year. Plus, you need to work for an eligible New Brunswick employer with the right work authorization. Regulated jobs. Some jobs come with extra rules. If yours does, you'll need to get certified or licensed by the folks who make the rules, the regulatory authorities. They're all about making sure things are done safely. PR ready. Now, here's a handy tip: be PR ready. That means you meet all the minimum requirements, have your documents ready, and understand the selection factors. It'll make your application process smoother and faster. Settlement funds. You must demonstrate that you have sufficient funds to support yourself and your family upon arrival in New Brunswick. Application process. Step 1. Accept an offer of employment. You've got to land a genuine, full-time job offer from a supportive New Brunswick employer who's on board with your immigration journey. Step 2. Create an expression of interest, EOI. Time to put yourself out there. Make an expression of interest in the Immigration New Brunswick, INB, online application portal. Keep your profile updated throughout the process. Step 3. Receive an invitation to apply, ITA. Because you've got that job offer, you'll get an ITA. But you've got to submit a complete application within 45 days through the New Brunswick online system. Missing the deadline means you'll have to start over. Step 4. Submit your application to the Government of New Brunswick, GNB. After sending in your complete online application and paying the processing fee, GNB will review your application based on eligibility requirements and selection factors. Additional information for submitting your application. Don't forget, GNB might ask for more documents to verify your application. Timeliness is key here. Settlement plan. Your New Brunswick employer will help with a settlement plan for you and your family, either by preparing it themselves or involving a local settlement agency. Interview. Be ready for an interview if GNB requests it. It'll be in English or French without interpreters. Missing it could result in application refusal. Age of dependent children. Remember, the age of your dependent children locks in when you submit your complete application to GNB. Non-accompanying family members. If family members won't be joining you in Canada, declare them in your applications. They might need medical exams for future sponsorship. Disclose previous immigration applications. Don't forget to share any previous immigration applications you've made, even if they weren't successful. Copies of correspondence are important. Withdrawing your application. You can withdraw your application anytime, except when a procedural fairness letter is issued. Just know, processing fees won't be refunded. Step 5. Receive a nomination and work permit support letter from GNB. Once GNB decides, they'll let you know in writing and upload the decision to your INB account. Application approval. If nominated, you can apply to IRCC for PR. But remember to stick to the conditions of your nomination while waiting. Work permit support letters. At nomination, GNB will provide a work permit support letter for AT13 work permit. It's essential for your job, so make sure to apply for your work permit. Application refusal. If you don't meet eligibility requirements, your application will be refused. No appeal process here. You can reapply when you meet the program requirements. Withdrawing your nomination certificate. You can voluntarily withdraw your nomination, except when a procedural fairness letter is issued. Just like before, processing fees won't be returned. GNB withdrawing your nomination. GNB may withdraw your nomination if you don't follow terms, don't update them on changes, provide false information, lack genuine intent to stay in New Brunswick, or for other reasons. Step 6. Submit your permanent resident (PR) application to Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada. If nominated, send your PR application to IRCC before the expiry date on your certificate of nomination. They'll make the final call on your PR status. Step 7. Receive a decision from IRCC. If Refugees and Citizenship Canada, IRCC, gives you the green light, you'll get a PR visa, making you a Canadian permanent resident. Don't forget to report your landing to the Government of New Brunswick, GNB, within 30 days of arriving in Canada. Selection criteria. To be eligible, you must ensure that you meet all the specified criteria. If you meet these requirements, your assessment will be based on the following selection factors: age, language proficiency, education, and occupation in demand. Age. You should fall within the age bracket of 19 to 55 years. Your age will be assessed based on the day you submit a complete application in response to an invitation to apply, ITA. Please note that your age is not considered at the registration date. Language proficiency. To satisfy the language requirement, you need to provide valid test results from a recognized testing organization that demonstrate you have achieved a minimum score equal to or greater than Canadian Language Benchmark, CLB, for English, or Niveau de Compétence Linguistique Canadiens, NCLC, for French in all 4 language skills: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Under this program, if you do not possess valid language test results indicating a minimum score equivalent to Canadian Language Benchmark, CLB, for in all 4 language components at the time of application, your New Brunswick employer must furnish a signed attestation letter as part of the nomination application. Accepted language tests. Valid language test results must be from one of the following recognized language testing organizations: International English Language Testing System, IELTS, General Training. Canadian English Language Proficiency Index Program, CELPIP, General. Test d'Évaluation de Français pour le Canada, TEF Canada. Test de Connaissance du Français pour le Canada, TCF Canada. Before we conclude, please remember that immigration laws and procedures can change, and navigating the visa application process can be complex. So, it's crucial to stay updated with the latest information from the Canada Immigration and Citizenship website at canada.ca. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more informative content on immigration, visas, and general travel topics. Click that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for joining us today, and best of luck on your exciting adventure.